Mike and Matt in the morning. Matt, good morning to you, bud. How you doing?
Not too bad, Mike. How are you?
Doing good, bud. Doing good. We talked about this offline a while, and this is our first episode in a series that we conceived called Hear Me Out About, where you or I are going to bring an artist to the table where maybe the other one only knows a song, just the hits, something like that. So I actually pitched Third Eye Blind to you. And just to confirm, you know the hits, right? Semi-Charmed Life, Jumper, How's It Gonna Be, things like that. Does it go beyond that?
I'm actually a secret super fan. I
Cancel
know
the
this.
episode.
Yeah, just cancel everything.
Shut it
No,
down.
yeah. Of course, I know the hits. I don't know why I've never done a deep dive. Is there a I don't know, like a perception of like them or one of the members being kind of an asshole that I'm thinking of? I don't know.
Stephan Jenkins, the front man, is a force in the band is how
Yeah,
I'll phrase it, where
gotcha.
like he seemingly, when I was doing research, like called a lot of the shots. There was a lot of friction during the recording process of albums and things like that.
I mean, I'll be honest, like that wouldn't have kept me from going deep on their catalog, but I mean, I love Radiohead and Tom York, and he's kind of known as kind of a jerk. I think when you have a beautiful voice like that, you're allowed to be kind of an asshole, I guess. Yeah. I mean, last week, Billy Corgan often,
Oh yeah.
I think he's turned it around a little bit, but who really knows? In movies and TV, Chevy Chase, I love him, but whatever. So yeah, I really don't know why. I like everything that I've ever heard. I've just, for one reason or another, just never really got that into them. So I'm excited about this.
And I could see that they fall into the time zone that we've talked about on previous episodes, where when I bought this album at first, it was just for Semi-Charmed Life. I bought the whole thing, and I probably only listened to the singles for a real long time. And then a little while later, I'm not going to be untrue, I didn't listen front to back to the album when it first came out. It just wasn't something I did at that age or anything like that. Years down the line, as I would like kind of dig a little bit deeper into bands and discover mutual friends of ours that like the band, and they'd go, wait, you've never actually listened to Motorcycle Drive-By by Third Eye Blind? It's on their first album, kind of thing. I'm like, I guess not, kind of thing. So dove into them probably around the time when their third album released in 2003. I did like all right, well, I got to backtrack and get back into them, kind of thing, and dove into all of them. This first titled, self-titled album that we're looking at right here, back from 97. Their second album, Blue, from 1999. And then, like I was saying, the third one, Out of the Vein, in 2003. And then after that, I was just kind of hooked on it. And I think those first three are just straight through listens for me at this point. I am very interested to see how you feel about these non-single songs, kind of thing, just because we've played them in the van back in the touring days. Alex and I love Third Eye Blind, and it drove some other people kind of nuts just because they thought some of the songs were weird and strange and something like that. But
name names, come on. No,
you want to know who thought it was weird and strange?
Who thought it was weird?
I remember Ryan not liking the songs, and specifically, there's one song I actually cut. I wanted to keep it to 10 songs on here, but one song in particular, they could not stand the chorus of it. It drove them nuts, kind of thing. But anywho, a little background.
Hold on, I want to jump in here. Is it weird that like I haven't seen Ryan in long time. I can hear, because you said like it's just weird. Like I can hear him say that. Like I don't know why. You know, it just kind of popped out.
It's a very just like he had a certain way of talking that just like immediately
delivering, and his diction was kind of yeah. And then just real quick, I was like, you know, like they are kind of in a weird time frame, like, and it's it maybe explains kind of why I maybe have like missed it. And I was like, one of my favorite things, and I think I've said it before, like just going to the fans also like section on Spotify. And I was like, I wonder if Everclear is going to be on there. And sure as shit, first one on there, Everclear. And I have gone deep on them. And I think that that's probably backwards for most people. You know, I feel like more people, maybe not. I don't know. What do you like?
Well, I'm in the same boat as you, because when I knew Santa Monica off of Sparkle and Fade. I knew that. I never bought it at the time, though. I just dug when it came on the radio. When So Much for the Afterglow came out, I bought that album and listened to it constantly. I actually adore that album quite a bit. So I'm with you, where I don't know what it was about certain other bands that maybe just didn't hook me right away, or maybe by the time So Much for the Afterglow came out, I was more in the realm of like, no, you should just hit play, let the whole album ride kind of thing, and maybe you'll discover some deeper cuts you dig.
You've mentioned like your cousin who is kind of the taste maker, right? Yes. And I've mentioned a couple of cousins over the years, or over the episodes. And I'm going to mention my cousin Devin, because he got me into Everclear and a couple of other bands that are kind of in the same space here. But he was kind of the tastemaker very briefly in probably the summer of 1997 for like 3 weeks. You know, like everybody was like, oh yeah, like Devin's got great taste in music, and then like all of a sudden we're like, no, you're just lame, dude. Sorry. Yeah.
Well, I mean, was he just like suggesting like the obvious hits of like, you should listen to No Doubt?
No, it's actually not true. It's just like it's like teasing from afar. Like, not that he or his brother or any of my other cousins will ever see this, but if they do somehow, maybe I'll clip it out and I'll send it. But everybody will get that. Yeah, Devin's a loser.
It'll be proof that they actually listened when you get a text out of the blue. Hey,
right. Like, Devin's just like genuinely a very nice guy, and that's why we all pick on him.
It's all good. A little background on the band, some interesting things when I was doing some research on them before we get rolling on the songs here. So in 1992, frontman and singer of Third Eye Blind, Stephan Jenkins, actually formed a hip-hop group called Puck and Natty, later called Puck Zen, with a Detroit rapper by the name of Herman Anthony Chun. That same year, their song called Just Want to Be Your Friend appeared and is on the Beverly Hills 90210 soundtrack. That's kind of all I can find from them when I do some digging. And truthfully, when I looked around, that Puck and Natty, Puck and Zen band group duo dissolved kind of quickly after that. But from what I saw, Stephan Jenkins actually in that short time made some industry connections throughout the music industry. And so in the early beginnings of Third Eye Blind, years before the band actually formed in 1993, Jenkins said, and I quoted this, I wrote Semi-Charmed Life before I met Orion, who is their original Third Eye Blind bassist, or any of the other people who make up the band. The drum loops on the final record are the ones that I originally recorded. I remember sitting in a room with this other songwriter. She worked down the street. She was a waitress. She came up, we sat on a bed, played some songs to each other, and I realized later that the songs we had both played each other sold 17 million records. Stephan was playing an early version of Semi-Charmed Life for her. That person, Matt, is Linda Perry, the singer of Four Non-Blondes, and she was singing him What's Going On. So way back then, they were kind of just like swapping ideas back and forth with each other. That San Francisco Bay Area just connection kind of going on. But like I was saying, all the connections that Stephan Jenkins had formed in the music industry during that short run of Puck and Natty, and a recording of Semi-Charmed Life caught the attention of none other than Randy Jackson. Yes, that Randy Jackson of later American Idol fame. Randy took it to Donnie Leonard.
Tastemakers.
Yeah, exactly. Randy took it to Donnie Leonard, who was the president of, at that time, CBS Records. He thought it was too rambling and too different. So he passed on Semi-Charmed Life, passed on Third Eye Blind. Throughout the rest of the years prior to this album coming out, they would catch the attention of labels. They would play showcases. Those labels kept passing on them for just various reasons. As we got a little bit closer in 1996, the band played another showcase in Los Angeles this time and actually got into a bidding war with labels. So finally at that time, labels were like, we're going for it. We're signing Third Eye Blind. The band did sign a contract with Sylvia Rohn of Elektra Records because they thought that that specific contract offered more artistic freedom, which is what they were shooting for at the time. I didn't find a number on this, but I kept reading that the contract was later reported as the largest publishing deal ever for an unsigned artist at the time. Couldn't find a number on that though, but there we go. But like we were saying, you know the hits off of this one. Let's dive a little bit deeper into some of these. I am going to start off with a personal favorite of mine off the self-titled album, Narcolepsy. I them live. Actually,
there you are.
Oh, am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
I got to see them live at Town Ballroom, probably 2008, if recollection is right.
That's awesome. I mean, like that. It feels like that qualifies as a small venue for them.
Oh, even they do it. I vividly remember to this day, it must have just been a time when they knew they were like kind of not as huge as they were at one time.
Yeah.
And Stephan literally in between songs at one point goes, he's like, well, thanks for welcoming us back into the underground with you here. So just to see them realize like, yeah, we're playing a smaller venue. It was sold out though, from what I understood. Not that Town Ballroom is extremely massive, but
right.
It was a great song, a great show. This one was a standout for me. I loved hearing this live just because this song kind of jumps into different parts, like this right here. Starts off a little slower, picks up a little bit, changes a little bit more, you'll see later on in the song.
Yeah, like I've never heard this, but I knew exactly where that was going, and not in a bad way, like not like a predictable. It's just like I was anticipating it, and it was
fits the bill of what you were looking for here. Gotta let this part go here. Sweet little
what year
guitar
did you
solo.
say this came out?
Self-titled album came out April 8th, 1997.
Yeah, it sounds like 1997.
It really does. It like captures it so perfectly to me. And you've never seen them live or anything? Never crossed your mind to?
No.
Yeah, just because you're like, well, I know 2 or 3 songs kind of thing?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Also, you know me.
Live shows.
Live music. Fine, but yeah.
There we go. Change up out there.
And I like that because that I wasn't expecting.
They play that previous part, the "How'd You Like to Be Alone and Drowning" repeated part, so fast live that it's like this wild tempo shift when they hit it. And it's really sick. Narcolepsy, off of the self-titled first album. Hopefully it's treating you all right so far. We're going to dive into some other songs right here. This is the opening track off their 3rd album right here. I want you to pay attention to this guitar part right here, the trem part. You're not going to know...
Like I know what trem part means, but... yeah, okay.
That part...
This helped. I understood.
That part inspired the intro to one of our songs, one of Sleepaway songs, Time, Traffic, and Weather.
Oh, very cool.
For that exact reason of we went, well, I love that effect so much, and we had a trem pedal, and when you turn it up all the way, it cuts that hard, so it's like fully taking the sound out of it right there, which we just thought was such a simple, cool effect, and we wanted to replicate it right there. I love this right here. A little touch of it. Now this one coming out in 2003, does this sound less 90s to you, or are they still in that realm of you're like, no, you're a band from the 90s, just existing after the fact?
I feel like if you didn't tell me when this came out, it went up again. I don't know what.
Yeah, really?
Or maybe it's just a louder. Yeah. I feel like if you didn't tell me when this came out, I would have been pretty able to accurately say very early 2000s. Something about it just feels like, I don't know, like early 2000s, radio hits. I don't know. What did you expect me to say?
To me, the sound evolved. I'm there with you where like it's not them rehashing the same.
It reminds me of somebody, and I can't quite.
Like another radio-friendly band of the time.
And maybe somebody a little less famous, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. I'm not going to come up with it because it's...
And it's not Everclear?
No.
Do they sound even remotely similar to you?
No.
No, I don't think so either, but I was just saying.
Okay. Yeah, I thought you were about to say, I don't know. Yeah. Not at all. Very different bands. I can see why there's probably a large crossover band-wise, but yeah, very different vibes.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me about this one.
We are on to Wounded off of their second album, Blue. released November 23rd, 1999.
99.
Sneaking in right before Y2K happened.
What was I doing in 99? I was hanging out in my buddy Johnny's backyard, playing flashlight tag a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I had, in the summer, I had bleached blonde spiky hair. Wore a lot of ball chain necklaces and like MXPX t-shirts. Well, lots of different band t-shirts. The Dickies, real low.
Oh yeah.
The socks, real high.
That could be a song. Dickies real low, socks real
Good.
high.
Good. Good.
Well, we all did it.
Absolutely, we did.
Did I ever tell you the story of, speaking of Ryan, me, Ryan, and Sean Stoyle, deep in the groove of just being obsessed with Blink-182, we all dressed with like them. We had the Dickie shorts, like I said, the striped socks, band tee, and you better believe I had a Famous Stars and Straps belt.
Belt buckle.
Oh. Yeah.
The
Big Star. Which one did you have?
I had just like a big F.
Oh yeah.
The classic, or I don't know. I feel like it was like the most Travis Barker one. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like a trucker hat.
I was gonna say ever so slightly askew.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. There's a picture of and many more in front of Showplace, and we're all like, it's early and many more. We're all dressed like that. We look like literal children. We thought we were so cool. Ian was still in the band, and it's like I gotta find it. My parents, I want to say my parents took the picture, and like I think they put it on Facebook like a dozen years later. It's incredible. Like we all just looked like, and it's so funny that, like I was like right at the end, that, like months later, the style changed so drastically to like just the tightest girl jeans, the tightest shirt.
All it took was us seeing Taking Back Sunday, and we were like, oh, that's what we're shooting for now.
Yeah.
But we were dressed like that, Dickies band shirt, some type of skate shoe or something. Don't worry about it. And we were walking into the Galleria Mall so long ago at the time, where in the food court, the movie theater was up the escalator and to the left, right up there. And
right above Kahunaville.
Exactly, yeah. The superior arcade to the one upstairs. Even though the one upstairs had, what was it called? Top Skater? Great game, where you actually stood on the skateboard and did tricks. We were walking in, and some person thought they were being funny and went, look, it's Blink-182. We just like, all right, kind of thing. But I took it as a compliment.
They thought they were making fun of you. You guys, like, it made your day.
I was like, oh, hell yeah. Like, we look just like them. Speaking of Taking Back Sunday, we have mentioned him on previous episodes. Paul Besh of Quiet Country Audio fame. Paul, I don't think it's a new TikTok account, but I feel like he kind of like started off with some reposting of videos. Paul has some of the greatest like pieces of historical concert footage from Buffalo, and he's been posting these ones of the show that was Rufio, Taking Back Sunday, the starting line at Backstage Pub downtown, the really small, tight venue. And Paul, I gotta double check with him.
I've already seen those. I didn't even realize that it was Paul.
That's Paul.
I've seen those. The algorithm is good. It knows.
Yes.
You know, it's Yeah.
It's probably putting it in
saw it,
front
I
of you
was
because
like,
I'm like
shit.
liking all of
Dude, you know what's so funny? Like, I saw it one night, and I was gonna text it to you, and then I was like, nah, I don't want to text you this late. And I was like, I'll have to just remember to send it in the morning or something. And of course, I forgot. But that would have been funny if I had sent it to you, and I don't know, you've been like, you know who posted it, right?
You know who this is, right?
Yeah, that's awesome.
He and I have talked a bit about it way in the past because he showed me these video clips that he had, and you better believe, like, you could tell that they were analog tape. I don't know if it was a full-blown VHS or like a mini tape or something
Mini
like
DV?
that. Yes, because it just has that artifacting along the bottom of the screen that's just so unique to analog recording. But he showed me this, and he and I have had the conversation of, I can't believe the amount of the same concerts that he and I were going to at the same time, and we did not know each other in the slightest during that time frame. But he claims he can see me now, knowing me, in one of the videos, and he's going to point it out when it comes out. Because I told him, he posted the Rufio Still one with the incredible bass intro, and the bassist jumps into the crowd to play the intro, and I told him, I go, if you would have panned back maybe 3 more feet, I recall being right there. I'm like, I was right behind these 2 girls that the bassist had his back up against, and also because Clark, Rufio's guitarist, was in one of the songs, I cannot recall which one, was playing and came down like this with his guitar and hit one of the girls in their head. He felt so bad. He stopped playing. The song kept going on. He's like, "You okay? Are you okay?"
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And they're like, "We're good. But he got her good, kind of thing. But as soon as that one comes up, I'll point it out to you, and maybe I'll ask Paul even, like, can I snip this portion and we can post it somewhere just so you can see a very young me from, 2002, I think it would have been.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I bet you if you look hard enough in all of those, there will be one person you see in probably all of them. Do you know the person that I'm about to say? Like, as far as I know, you don't know him, like, personally. I barely do. But everybody knows this guy. Like,
you're not gonna say Mad Dog, are you?
no, but close. Actually not close. But I guess a little bit. I had Mad Dog in my mind too, but I don't. Yeah, the only concert I ever want to talk about Mad Dog is his album released in Hot Topic in the Galleria Mall. Did you ever see that video?
I do not know what you're talking about, but now I have to see this.
It's like a hip hop album that he released. He literally, like, is turning on a CD player, like not a MacBook, not like a PA speaker, a CD player that, like, your parents had, like, on top of the microwave in the kitchen. It's not even like a big boombox. It's just like a it's so wild. But anyways, I'm Brandon Junquist.
That rings a slight bell.
This is gonna be mean, but, like, 5 head, like, he had, like, you know, and, like, he always kind of, like, short, spiky hair, and he had a very, like, yo, what's up, dude? You gonna, you know.
I think I know exactly who you're talking about. Wait, is he skanking with the Rude Boy?
Yes.
Okay, yes, I know who you're talking about.
Yes. He worked at FYE. In fact, I filled his job when he got fired. He lost, like, hundreds of dollars at one point. Like, I mean, this dude does not have, like, a bad bone in his body, so nobody thought but they still had to, you know, fire him. And then a few years later, he and I ended up both working in the McKinley Mall. I was working at Journeys, he was working at Best Buy, and like in the beginning of the month, every month he would come and watch the Journeys DVD, like the new Journeys DVD, because we would get one a month. Drive you absolutely nuts. But yeah, Brandon, like I bet you he's in those videos, because he's at any concert I go, like any concert I've ever been to and like go to in the future, if it's punk or pop punk or in that genre, he's there. To this day. I still see
one of the shows, probably one of the last ones I went, oh, there he is. But again, like you said, I never really knew him personally, but
yeah,
it was one of those things where I saw him a ton, he saw me a ton. It was probably just enough to be like, hey, kind
what's
of
up,
thing.
dude? Like,
and also for another crazy connection reason that I'll tell you in a second, but he was at the Spitalfield show that I told you about when they played with Armor for Sleep, kind of more semi-recently before I moved. Look to my left, also one of the only people singing Spitalfield songs. I'm like, this guy gets it,
yeah. Oh, dude, he's like, I don't want to say like savant but like he just has such a deep knowledge of all things punk, pop punk, alternative. Like, there's not a band he hasn't heard of. He just has. He's insatiable. It seems like. I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, good for him. He's like I said, and you said, he's just at every show conceivable. Like, he is like, I'm going without question. I'm going to all of these shows right here.
Yeah. That last song I remember.
I was gonna say, you might know that last one. Yeah,
that one I remember for sure.
Was a single off of Blue, but I'm like, maybe it slipped his mind a little bit here. There's a chance you know Crystal Baller too. This was it was a single off of Out of the Vein, so there's a decent chance you will know the chorus in just a couple seconds right here. Can we try and take the high road? So we don't know where it is. Not ringing a bell?
Dude, no, but that's that guitar part is, oh my gosh.
Is it like to a T something else?
Yeah, I'm about to do what like every guitarist or every like songwriter in every band I've ever been in like hated, because like they'd be like, oh, check this out, and I'd be like, oh, that's, and then I'd go find the song and they'd be like, we gotta start over. It's earlier. I remember one of the music videos, probably like early to mid '90s. One of the music videos, the singer is walking to the edge on a like skyscraper, and like the lyrics follow it. It's like
is that like Collective Soul or something?
Collective Soul. This is a Collective Soul song. 100%. What's the one?
Isn't it
like
called
their biggest hit, even?
The World I Love?
The World like I Know, but it's not that song.
Oh,
that's not the song. That's just the only one I could think of. It's whatever. It's one of Collective Soul's biggest hits. It's got the same like progression and like The rest of this like it's mostly the guitar and the bass, and it's in a different like rhythm, I guess. But you'll listen to it and you'll go, "Yep, that's one of my useless talents."
There was a time way back in the Looking for Seven high school band days. I remember I brought an idea to practice and played it, and Sean looked at me and went, "That is almost exactly Touchdown Boy by Blink." And I went, "Wait a second," and I played it again. And I went,
Dude, that's even worse when it's like a song not only that you know and love, but know how to play, right?
Oh yeah, that's the thing.
Like I would do that to Chris Hergott all the time, but it was always like some song like maybe he's heard of, but probably not. And then he'd like hear it and go, God damn it, don't do that. Which it was like so, I don't know, back then like we had this idea that you had to be completely unique, and it's like, yeah, but I don't know, if you had to be completely unique all the time, like nobody would write songs anymore, you know?
There is a fine line to it though, just because whenever I think of situations like that, of like a song sounding the same, but maybe you're doing it just different enough where you're putting your own spin on it, and like as long as also the vocal melody is not the same to a T, that's fine.
Yeah.
Back in the sleepaway days, we played a show at a college on Long Island, I want to say, or just outside of New York City somewhere. And Alex would have a better memory of who it was. Not that we need to call them out, but I remember we were packing our gear up. They played after us, I believe. And at almost every single song, we were going, this is that song, to a T, to an amount where we started singing the real song along with it. And we go, and then it's gonna cut here, and it would happen, kind of thing. Especially it was, what's the PBS song? The Hell With You and All Your Friends. I got a bad feeling about this. Like, there was even a vocal part, like, I got a bad feeling. We're like, come on.
Yeah. At that point, it's clearly intentional. And I don't know. Yeah.
Just want to touch on this one just because off of Out of the Vein, this is my personal favorite song, Blinded When I See You, right here. Again, there's little touches in here, not quite to the full tremolo intro, like inspiring us, but little pieces of this song kind of earwormed their way into me, and just I find myself going like, I did this with Gin Blossoms too, but like, what would Third Eye Blind do in a part like this? Gin Blossoms do in a part like this, kind of thing, and it's like, oh, we play something like that, and just kind of come up with some noodly ideas and whatnot.
Yeah. You still listen to Gin Blossoms much?
Not current Gin Blossoms, but do you mean like even going back?
Yeah.
Oh, honestly, fairly often.
Yeah, they were always in somewhat heavy rotation for me from the start all the way up until probably 10 years ago. And I don't ever put it on anymore, and I don't know why. I just sort of like, I loved them. Like, I considered them like among the greatest, at least, 90s alternative bands, and I still like it. It's just, I don't know. I think I wore it out or something. I don't know. Maybe it's been like that.
Give it a go. I mean, I'll even say it's not flawless, but after a certain amount of time, there was a large gap between albums, and they released one that the album name is slipping my mind, but it had the single called "Learning the Hard Way," and even I think for a later Gin Blossoms song, I'm like, that's a pretty good song, kind of thing. Yeah. There's other songs on there, and as the discography continued, where I went, you guys are losing me a little bit on this, but damn if not, New Miserable Experience is just an incredible album. I even like Congratulations, I'm Sorry, the one with Follow You Down on there. Just, I'd be intrigued if you hit play again, you'd be like, okay, I'm hooked, or if you really did burn out a little bit on it.
It might be. Yeah, I don't know. I bet you I would be, at least for an album or two.
Yeah. Speaking of which, they actually just recently, I'm going to assume re-release, but repressed on vinyl. Congratulations, I'm sorry. Like a week or two ago, and you better believe I ordered it. So that's on the way as well. And I also have New Miserable Experience, literally on the shelf over there waiting for me. But on one of them they added, because it wasn't an album track, but they did put Till I Hear It From You as a bonus track on there, which I thought was a nice touch, because otherwise it only lives on Empire Records soundtrack.
No.
We are.
Yeah, that's a great tune.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. So the last album, Out of the Vein, their third one, again released in 2003. This is their follow-up album, but it took until 2009 to come out. Huge gap. Band member changes, shifting, friction with the band, and Stephen apparently had very, very bad writer's block. The other band members were like quoted as saying, "We wrote the songs," and we're like, "Here they are." Like,
yeah,
you just got to put lyrics on top of it, and he just couldn't do it for whatever reason. So it took a super, super long time for this one to come out. But I picked this one specifically for the Town Ballroom reason as well, where Ursa Major wasn't out yet. The tour was kind of promoting it loosely. I think they only played like this and one other song to kind of tease the upcoming release. But as you can imagine, I don't know about you, but when bands play new songs, it's a 50-50 shot for me of like, am I going to be hooked on this or wishing that you were playing something else that I'd rather hear, kind of thing.
Yeah.
This one fell into the realm of, I even remember live, before I ever heard a recorded version, going, damn, I am actually excited to hear this song on the album, just because I thought it was so good right off the bat. But how about you? Do you dig when people play new stuff for the shows you go to?
Yeah, I feel like it's almost like, I hate to say it, but it's almost like if the band is kind of over the hill, so to speak, and trying to recapture some magic, I almost never enjoy it. Typically because it's like, yeah, this isn't as good, you know? And I feel like I don't have the data, but I feel like if I put it all into a spreadsheet and like revisited it 10 years later, there would be very few where I was like, oh, I was wrong about that. That did end up being incredible, you know? Yeah. And you know, I'm not the person that all bands hate, where I'm like, oh, their old stuff is better, you know? Like, I'm not that guy. Like, I like a lot of albums that purists, you know, who will say like, oh, I don't like that one. That's their new stuff. It's also funny to like, for a lot of like Weezer, right? You know, like, I mean, that's a classic example, and
perfect example. Like,
to hear dudes or chicks, ladies, go like, oh, I don't like what's the Green album? What's the actual name? Whatever, Green.
It's just the Green album.
Yeah. Go, oh, I don't like their new stuff, and it's like, this is 20 years old now, you know, like, it's like, I get what you're saying, but it's not new anymore. I don't know.
I actually love the Green album.
So do I.
I wouldn't, in obvious ways, never say it's above Blue or Pinkerton, but there's nothing wrong with the Green album.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. How about the Red album?
I like songs off of it. It's not a straight through for me. but correct me if I get this title wrong. The Greatest Man That Ever Lived. I actually really, truly like that song.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. I will sing that in moments where, like, whatever, like I do something and I'm like, I am the greatest man that ever lived, and like nobody ever gets the reference and I don't blame them. But no, I like that album. Remember when it came out? Remember I remember the apartment that I lived in. It's weird that I do because I don't love it that much. Like I shouldn't. It shouldn't really be one of those like I remember where I was, but I remember where I was. I had like an apartment. I was just sitting in my bedroom listening to it, and then it very much, a lot of the songs, especially that one, reminds me of what was the Rivers Cuomo tapes or whatever it was called. Like he did that.
Yeah.
Like
I can picture the artwork of the kind of three-quarter overhead shot of him just sitting there with the guitar.
Yeah. Alone, the home recordings of Rivers Cuomo. I loved that. I remember when it came out, 2007. I would have been working at FYE when that came out. I remember buying it and just like digging it. I would put it on at FYE every once in a while, and surely somebody would go, let's get this out of here. Like, it's not something that you just play.
It's a for you album. It's not a let's play this in the middle of the mall kind of thing.
But I like to subject people to my odd taste sometimes. What's the one up? Oh, Blast Off. Like that could have ended up being a very good Weezer song had it be, I don't know. Yeah, it's an interesting album. Sorry, we're talking about every band.
No, it's all good, dude. Do not worry. No, it sparks up conversations here. I know that we've even talked about the same way that we feel about Real Big Fish's Cheer Up, where you told me you've come across people who don't dig it or don't jump towards that album. But again, in the same vein of like Green Album, like, no, Cheer Up is great.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. That's another one that I gotta revisit. I haven't listened to it in quite some time. Although I think the last time we talked about it, I did go and listen to Sayonara Senorita or whatever, the one that we like. I think I had mentioned it. Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
We are actually onto my last song here of the Third Eye Blind playlist here.
Thank God.
You answered the final question. Did I win you over yet? Outside of singles, I might take it a step further. I think I will say with confidence, this is my favorite Third Eye Blind song. Number one with a bullet. Put it last on there. Maybe as one last chance to convince you, unless you are convinced, that there's some really killer songs hidden in their discography here.
I wouldn't say I'm convinced. I wouldn't say that I'm underwhelmed by it. I don't know. Yeah, it's a lot of what I expected. There are a couple of tunes on there that are, like I say, well, I saved one because I want to go see if it actually is Collective Soul. Yeah, and there was a couple of songs ago that I really liked. I forget what it was called, but yeah, I don't know. I think
I
in
am
a lot
fascinated in the sense of like as we progress and do more of these, especially with one that you're bringing to me, where is it the case where you had to be there, you had to be into it at least a little bit at the time of release? Like, Well, we broke the trend with Maria. She didn't know Smashing Pumpkins, but those are like
that's yeah.
Those are songs in like stratospheric epic level to me. Where like you even said, it's everyone worth their salt likes the Smashing Pumpkins.
Right. I say everyone worth their salt.
I don't know, something like that.
I didn't say that. I said, I'm sure I said something along those lines. I don't use that phrase. I don't think it would be news to me if I. But no, it is true. I don't know.
I think you said everyone worth a damn. Now that I think about it,
that sounds more like me.
That's more like it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. This is like this is fine. It reminds me of a lot of bands, you know, from this era and it's just, yeah, I think maybe if I'd gotten into it while it was happening, I think I would probably like it a lot more. I think I would have liked it a lot more in 1997 or 2003 or, you know. I just don't really have a lot of use for new music that sounds like this at this point, at this current moment in my life. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna get excited about it and be, you know, like one of these nights when I'm working late and blasting tunes, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I gotta listen to that, you know? Yeah. Sorry to
I know what you mean, though. I do. Don't worry, dude. I feel that way about. I feel like the ship is mostly sailed for me on like very, very heavy music. I'll dip back into things I liked from back into the day and re-listen to it, but I'll have a friend.
What do you classify as very heavy?
Like hardcore, metalcore, stuff like that.
Okay. Turnstile.
Not that they're not heavy enough in the realm that I'm thinking. I'm thinking like a layer beyond that.
Yep.
So like I'll have friends, stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like new versions of stuff like E10 and things like that. Because I'll have friends send me a song and it's very much, yeah, I get why you like this. I don't think it's crap or anything, but like at this point, do I feel like listening to something like this? Like, not really. It's not really scratching any itches or anything like that.
Right. Yeah. That hitting home.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot like that. But this in particular, it's probably why Gin Blossoms have kind of fallen off of my radar, right? Yeah, I don't know. I've gone. I've also. I was thinking about it, and for once, I didn't want to interrupt earlier on. I also kind of went deeper into like that alternative. You know, it's very not grunge. But it's not like punk at all. Just kind of your college alternative, you know. I've gone pretty deep into some stuff that I didn't know back then, right? Too young or too, you know, didn't have access to it, whatever it was. I think that might be a little bit of like, you know, like I've got, there's so much music out there, right?
Oh yeah.
I don't know, and like so much to discover. Like if you just go down a rabbit hole far enough, you're gonna find something that's really incredible to you. It may not be incredible to most other people, and that's why it's so far down the rabbit hole. But yeah, like, and I'm failing to come up with like a band name right now, but I would almost say, and this is not far down the rabbit hole, but like instead of this, or, and it's not quite the same, but like instead of this or Gin Blossoms, I'll put on Dinosaur Jr., you know, which I'm, like, I'm sure I knew a song or two back then, but I don't know, I didn't have access to it, or I wasn't exposed to it back then, right? Pavements, like, yeah, like, I don't know.
I feel that way about
effort.
the Replacements, though, just because I was easily not there for when it was current and happening. It was probably 2006, 7, 8 to when I really got like turned on to it, and someone played it, and that was one of those moments where I was like, oh shit, like this is almost in a way like making me maybe subconsciously like, okay, this other band can be released from my memory because I just discovered the Replacements.
This is deeper,
no pun intended.
This is a deeper, it's like a deeper cut, or like, two things there. Replacements, hell yeah. I think have we talked about them? Did I play a song, or I remember chatting about it at some point, and I don't want to say like, oh, I'm impressed that you are into them, but I like how into them you were. I was kind of surprised by, I was like, oh wow, yeah, all right. The second thing, I said Pavements earlier, and I just need to address it. It's Pavement, and I said it, and as I heard it, I almost corrected myself, and I was like, nah, like nobody will notice, nobody watches this, and then you know what, I gotta say something. Also, I just got access to it on one of the apps, one of the streaming apps. They put out it's not really, I wouldn't really call it a mockumentary about themselves. There's a term for it that I don't know because I'm like not that into film, which but like there's a lot of like non-fictional biographical stuff in there, but then they just like make up a ton of shit. And it's like, so I started watching it, and my kids were around, and I was like, oh, you know what? I think maybe not, Also, they probably told me to turn on Bluey or something like that. But it's like hilarious. They're like, oh, the most influential band in the world, Pavement, like it's one of the, I don't know. I just dig when people go big on jokes like that. I mean, it's like Dork Cafe, right? Like spent hours and hours and hours, thousands of billable, time that could have been billable, you know what I mean? Like to create a joke sticker website, this is like that times 1,000. It's just, it's very funny. Or at least what I've seen, the 10 minutes that I've seen, and I got to watch the rest of it. But yeah.
Send that over my way. I would be intrigued to give that a watch, Joe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome, dude. Whether or not I convinced you, I'm just happy we got to listen to some Third Eye Blind, record another episode. Bring me
Likewise.
One of your Hear Me Outs, though. Can't wait to hear one of those.
Well, should I tease it, or?
If you want to. Want to shoot your shot?
Crash Test Dummies. I already told you earlier this morning. I like after I said it, I was like, oh shit, I should have, I don't know, held back a little while. But yeah, Crash Test Dummies. They are unbelievably good, especially when considering how few songs by them most people know. They know the one or two hits. Yeah,
I know one. That's
you don't know God Shuffled His Feet?
I'm not even joking. I know nothing other than
or Superman. Superman never made any money.
Nope.
Oh.
Nothing. So you could even use those as
the
tracks.
hit, yeah. Genuinely, they have some of the most unique and interesting lyrics that I've ever heard. Nothing particularly deep or meaningful necessarily, or maybe it's just right over my head, but it's just, yeah, intriguing.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait to hear it. Awesome, Matt. As for our listeners, thank you for checking us out. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
And we'll see you on the next episode. Later.
Bye.